Hello, I'm Ashley and welcome to Renee's Kitchen. On this episode, I'm going to make chocolate chip cookies with pecans and oatmeal in it.
What do you mean?
Alright, so starting off, I like to brown the butter. I'm using 2 sticks of butter. And once that becomes like color like me, I take it off and let it cool for a second. And here is the dry ingredients. I just see on here, these are the ingredients, the dry ingredients that I'm using. Flour, baking powder, and I was really surprised that it asked for baking powder because I've used only baking. I'm surprised that it asked for baking soda. Usually it's always say baking powder or both. But anyways, as it being mixed in, actually I put oats in the beginning already. I got that mixed in, and here is where I'm going to put all the wet ingredients, starting off white and brown. There's more brown than white sugar, and then I put 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla because I want it to be very strong. I don't know if that made any difference, but it was really good to add more flavor. Alright, so the butter is nice and bubbling. I want to wait till it get like a color like my skin tone. It's not there yet. So I mixed in the brown, which is 2 cups of flour. I have 4 teaspoons of baking soda, so hopefully it works. Because I've had my hands on cookies that had baking powder or baking soda or both. So I'm just gonna hopefully work out great. It's been on a trial for me trying to make some good cookies that I'm like pleased with. So we will see. It says 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm not using salt because the butter has salt in it, so I'm not worried about that. I already got my my cup, my bowl of sugar. I got 1/4 of brown and 1/3 of white sugar, and then in my cup right here I got 3 eggs and warm water so I can get them to room temperature because they were in the refrigerator. One egg and 2 egg yolks. So yeah. And then I forgot to tell you I put 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I want that shit to be very vanilla-y. And this is the chocolate I'm using. I'm gonna start off with 1 bar. Well, if I need another bar, I use this. This is 60%. So fucking good. Yes. Alright, and I got the oven at 350. So yeah, and in directions it said rest for 15 to 20 minutes. So basically that. I'm waiting for the butter to brown, but in the meanwhile, I'm also waiting for the eggs to get more room temperature. This is second round. I put it in warm water from the sink. The water is still warm, so I feel like they got really room temperature. To be honest, it doesn't take long for them to get room temperature. Thank God. So yeah. So I put two sticks of butter, which equals to one cup of butter, and I put a little dab of butter because it do loses butter because of the heat, it evaporates. So yeah, it take at least maybe 15 minutes, like 10 minutes for the butter's actually brown. So yeah. So with the sugar, as I'm continuing with, I had everything mixed up far as with the sugar and the vanilla and with the eggs. Gotta make them room temperature. In this case, they were cold, so I put them in warm water and I did it like 3 times actually to make sure that they're room temperature. I'm using one whole egg and 2 egg yolks, and I just threw the egg white in the garbage basically. I was definitely wasn't sure about this, but the lady I got the recipe from, she makes really good food, so I was not too at ease with it. See, I dropped the egg in the water and I had to fish it out, and it definitely got only the egg yolk and it didn't break, surprisingly. This is how it looks. I'm so excited. So I mix it up first. Before I put the butter in there, I wanted a good consistency. I like how it looks. It looks like a nice brown. And it was said that the yolk actually it brings richness and it also changed the texture for the cookie. See how brown it looks? It's like a yellow brown, like a mustard yellow brown. I mixed that in really good. By then, actually, it does taste good. I think I'm actually making some more cookies. It actually sells these bitches. Alright, so with the brown butter, it's been sitting for just a little bit, so it's not really hot. The best thing to do is to scrape the bottom of the pot, so I get all the residue off, because that's what you really want. That part right there, it definitely is like the seasoning of the brown butter. Yeah, I basically scraped it off really good, and I boiled the butter for at least 30 minutes, to the point like it's not burning, but I wanted to boil to it start smelling. It has like this browning effect of the butter. It smells really good. It smells very brown. In fact, it's hard to explain it. It's like a roasted smell. Yeah, it's like a roasted smell of butter. I feel like this right here is like the best convention of browning and butter. It definitely elevate the cookies, and brown butter can elevate everything. Like any other thing that involves butter, it just tastes so good. It's so good. And I'm moving hella slow. Here we go. Here's the action. See at the bottom, I was trying to scrape it up. Like, you better get all that, like for real, to put in your sugar, cause your sugar part. Like when you first mix it, it's hella watery, but that's just the first step. I mean, of course, it's gonna be water first, cause I'm definitely mixing it until it get nice thick, like a good nice pool. When you get that pool, like like a pool, like an egg yolk or a whiting, get like that. So yeah, I'll just mix it until it gets the consistency change, as far as like texture wise. Right here it's not hot because I let it cool down, but it has like a nice warm consistency. And then for the chocolate, you can use any type of chocolate, but this case I use 2 bars of 60% dark chocolate, and I like this chocolate. Now I was looking at the I was looking at the wrapper, and it was saying that it expired this year, so the chocolate would taste definitely more bitter, but I was fine with that because to me it kind of balanced the sweetness of the cookies in the chocolate, because I hate overly sweet chocolate chip when the cookie itself is sweet and then the chocolate itself is super sweet. Don't like it. And then the night before, I actually roasted some pecans. I took them out the shell and everything. I didn't show that in the video, but you go to pecan, and I put some oil and I roasted until I smelled them. Now see, you see how it's like thick, like caramel? That's how you want it to be. But yeah, like the pecans, roast them until I smelled them, and then when they were done, I put some salt on it, and then boom, that was it. Okay, as you see, you saw that checklist. I always checklist all the ingredients that I put in the mixture to make sure I haven't missed anything, and also make sure I don't like not do something again, So I'm mixing everything together. I'm mixing the flour mix with the baking soda. I put some oatmeal, pecans, and now I'm about to mix the mixture of the sugar, brown butter, and eggs. I promise to God, this trio is so freaking good. This is the best cookies I've had in a long time, and it has a lot to do with the eggs. Also has to do with the extra egg yolks. While putting it in the cookies, it has a lot to do with it. make sure you get everything out the bowl so you're not missing anything. Okay, not wasting nothing. Okay. um the brown mixture is not as sweet. It's not too sweet, but it's sweet enough to know like, hey, you're eating a cookie. It's so good. I enjoy everything about it. I like the color of it. It melted and merged together so well. I've had cookies like previously. It was like a day before after I made these. This one chick had cookies, and the cookies tasted so flavorless. It tasted like sweet flour. Like, I don't want that at all. Now, right here, I made sure my butter was closed. This is the reason why. So my chocolate chip or my chocolate in general do not melt, because it happened. Like, if the butter is hot, the chocolate will melt. I repeat, chocolate will melt. You do not want that, okay? So everything is nice and room temperature. I mix it in. I try to fold it more than actually mixing it like this. I like to fold everything so it's not being overfold, and also it's just a gentle way to incorporate everything together. Just from my experience of like making cookies. And this way right here, I just like the way the transition, how it goes from everything separate and to everything together. And then once I'm finished molding it, like flipping the dough together, it took a couple, I did at least 20-30 times of folding, because I still seen flour at the bottom of the bowl, because as you see, like a little bit of flour is on the pecan, and I want to make sure that everything is actually folded together. It smells so good. I'm very pleased on the result of the cookie. Okay, I feel like it would be good without the pecans. It would be good without the oatmeal. It's just a really good cookie. Sis did her thing. She did. Now this is my cookie recipe for real. But I feel like this would be a good base for every other cookie too, like a macadamia, oatmeal cookie, sugar cookie, like not like the basic. So this how it looks. It's nice. It's the color of caramel. There you go. Yeah, it's the color of caramel. After letting it sit in the refrigerator for 15 to 30 minutes, I roll it out. Now this scoop right here, I believe is 6 or 8 ounces. So they're pretty big cookies. Did I want that? Not really, but it was just the only scoop that's present. And so I let it sit out just for like 30 minutes, so it's not super hard, but it's able to roll and everything. So I roll it after scooping out, add a little chocolate on top. I might add maybe 2 to 3 chocolate pieces, so it's like chocolate everywhere. And when it's completely baked, it has a good enough chocolate, but not too much. Kind of like every bite for chocolate, you know. And I let's see, I baked the cookies at, what did she say, I think 350. And I bake the cookies when they're ready. When it gets like a light brown, when it turns a light brown, I take them out the oven. My reasons are, don't want them to be overcooked, because over time they get hard. So it's best to cook them with a little softness inside. It's not to the point that they're raw, but it's still chewy. And two, yeah, so they're not chewy. And when you take the cookies out the oven, they're still cooking on the sheet, the metal plate, because they're hot, you know. They continue to cook until they stop cooking, until the cookie sheet stops being hot. That's when they stop cooking. So it's best not to overcook them, because you're trying to cook them to the level that you like. You are gonna have hard cookies. You're gonna have hard cookies today. You're gonna have hard cookies tomorrow, and so on until the cookies are gone. So I don't advise you to cook them super brown, because they're gonna be hard as fuck. And I've learned that based on making cookies, what occurs when baking them. To be honest, it's not really hard, but it's just really a quick science moment of like knowing when you should and should not bake. So yeah, it just looks so pretty. I like the color. I feel like when the color of a cookie is brown, they're gonna be good. If they're white, they're only white like when they're only white really if you don't brown the butter. That's really the color content of each cookie when you're not browning the butter. So yeah, this how it goes. I was only able to get 7 on the sheet. So yeah, so this how it looks. I had to show you. I'm very pleased with it. I definitely give each cookie a 10 out of 10. Very pretty. They're pretty sized. They're this big, and they only last for 2 days. Some of the cookies I gave them away because I didn't want to eat all them cookies. So I gave away 1, 2. I gave away 4 cookies, and the rest was mine. But yeah, it was really good. So thanks for coming to Renee's Kitchen. I'm Ashley, and make sure you like, subscribe, and send the videos to anybody who likes cooking. Thank you, and have a good one. Bye bye.